Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. And what a field. This is the Bronze Bull Field. So for any of you that don't know what the Bronze Bull Field is, here is a little look at what Albert found on this field. Back on Friday the 13th of January 2023, this is what Albert discovered in this field. Well, we had a number of items from the same sort of period, but this is spectacular. Absolutely stunning item. It's believed to be potentially pre-Roman, probably Celtic, from maybe 100 or 200 BC, so over 2,000 years old. And it would have been one of a pair. You can see that little loop on the back, and that would have had a chain or a handle running between the two of them, and it would have been attached to some sort of vessel or bucket mount. So if you haven't already seen the video, you can have a look back to January and you'll find the full video of the discovery. So let's go and see if there are any more to be had. So how about that for a find? Well, it's some sort of vessel mount or bucket mount. There would have been a pair of them on the edge of a bowl or a vessel, and from them would have probably been a chain or a handle, and it was probably a very high status vessel. So fingers crossed, there's another one still to find, plus the vessel that they were attached to, which may have been bronze or copper, or it could have been timber, could have been wood. So this field, as you've seen, has been ploughed, and it's the first time we've been on it since it's been ploughed. So fingers crossed, there's going to be more to come. We know it's produced fibula from the Iron Age, the early Roman period, and some other interesting finds. I have to say, also, wow, 20,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. To think that back in December I was hoping for 9,000 for the 1st of January, and for my birthday by the middle of March, the 15th, I've hit 20,000 subscribers. So thank you all for the incredible support. I'm still waiting on the bubble bursting, but I'm going to ride the waves for the moment. So let's see what we can find. I haven't got a signal yet. I've only just started. I've come straight to the point where Albert found his bronze bull, and the first thing that I've noticed is, look at this. That is pure sand. So that tells me that the plough has gone to a depth where it's hit the natural. So it's gone right through the plough soil. So that means anything at this particular point that's lying on the geology has potentially been brought to the surface. So fingers crossed, that is a pretty good sign. Only taken in 5 minutes and we've got the first diggable target. It's a little squeaky 51, could be foil, could be something a bit more interesting. You'll see there's a little patch of sand there, so it's been brought up from right at the bottom and it's out. So this would have been pretty deep before. This is an area that's been done to death. There were no signals at all, so that's promising. I think it's a pretty small target. And it's in my hand. Ah, there it is there. It is a tiny, tiny little piece of lead. Looks like it's been something. It's got that sort of little notch out it. But I'm not sure what it is. Could just be a little waste piece, but we did find signs of metalworking on this site, lots of little bronze fragments. So, well, we'll keep at it. Well, the finder of the Douglas Nugget and also the bronze bull, Mr. Albert has arrived. Only 45 minutes late. It's a 52-54, only just a few feet away from the bit of lead, so maybe another bit of lead. But you're not going to not dig on a field like this. Yeah, could be junk, but as I say, you've got to try, haven't you? Right, somewhere here. Ah, there you go. It's a bullet. It is a .22 caliber bullet, fired from a little rimfire type rifle, probably someone shooting rabbits. A wee eyes only find, a bit of glass. Now is it old glass or is it new glass? I think it's new glass, or newish. 100 years old, last couple of 100 years at the most, I would say, but always worth keeping your eye open. Bit of an unusual bit of glass, not sure what that would be off. Some sort of decorated bottle maybe. And another signal. It's another mid-tone, 52-49. Again, maybe a small fragment of lead. Or a bit of foil maybe. 53. Bit of a breeze picking up on the very top of a hill. In the frozen bit of ground. Been very cold recently. Oh, there it is. It is the dreaded shotgun cap. Yeah, we've been away down at -10, which is about 15 Fahrenheit, 20 Fahrenheit, something like that. So a lot of cold nights, but thankfully the ground not too badly frozen here. We got a bit of cloud last night. We've got a lovely big golden sandy patch here that the plough has pulled up, almost like a sandy beach. And right here is a pretty ear-blowing 94, 95 bronze bull territory, I would say. I think I've seen it already. It's a ring. Well, not a ring, it's a circular thing, look, right there. Copper alloy. It's a great big link. Well, I don't know. That could have a bit of age to it, couldn't it? Let's get my wee brush off my belt so I can give it a little clean up. See if there's any detail on it. Well, it's a little copper alloy or bronze ring. It's got a beautiful colour to it. It's also got a kind of funny shape to it as well. I don't see a recess for a pin, but it is a bit uneven. Look, it's a bit worn on that side. So could that be Iron Age? Could that be 2000 or so years old? Well, it's certainly well made, whatever it is. It's a chunky little piece, quite heavy. Well, that is interesting. It's got a lovely colour to it as well. That kind of colour that it does look like it's been in the ground for a while. Well, that'll be definitely one to show the museum, the archaeologists, see if they think it could be relevant. As I mentioned before, the bronze bull could have been, it was a handle fitting. Now the handle might have been a solid bronze or copper handle, but it could also have been a chain. So chain is obviously something that we're looking out for, or a link of a chain. So there you go. Interesting. Let me know in the comments below. And another digger. Little faint 78, 76 lead, copper, bronze. Interesting though, it's a busy little spot. Just shows you how much a plough can bring a site to life. As I say, this bit of the field was heavily detected, as you can imagine. So to get all these targets already, it's pretty promising. I think we're in here, we are. It's in the frozen soil, so this has come from the very bottom, the deepest part of the field. Oh, it's actually frozen, I can't break it. Oh, no, it's come apart. Right, so it's in here. Maybe a bit of lead there. There's a bit of white. There is a bit of white. I think it's a bit of lead. Right, I'm going to need to thaw this out with my hand. I'm hoping it might be a spindle whorl, but I don't know. It looks like there could be a circle in the middle there, a hole. So let's dry this out. Sorry, warm it up in my fist for a few minutes, and then I'll get back to you. So here it is. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it is a bit of lead. It's a little molten piece of lead. But again, another sign potentially of metal working. And that could be any age. Could be 100 years old, could be 2,000 years old. We'll never know. More glass. I think it's the top of a cod bottle, which would probably be Victorian, from the sort of 1850, 1900-ish sort of era, I think. Oh well. And yet another digger. Bit scratchy. 71, 72, but well within the realms of copper alloy or lead. Well, it seems to be out. Now, there is a big frozen clod. I hope it's not in that. I'll be here all day trying to thaw that out. Ah, good it's not. Where is it? Ah, there's something green. Well, that is it. Now that looks interesting as well. Oh, that looks interesting. Again, it's got that really nice colour to it. A lovely patina. Well, we had a few pieces like this off the field before, and you look at them and you think, oh, I wonder if that could be the sort of terminal, the end of a torque. Which were these huge necklaces that were worn, often made of gold or silver, but they were also made of bronze. I think that is bronze, or maybe a copper alloy. And we found a couple of them, maybe 3 of them already, but I think they were fairly settled on them being pipe tampers for pushing down your tobacco. So, well, it does look like it's got a bit of age to it. But again, it'll be added to the inventory of finds from the bullfield, and the archaeologists can decide what they think, but definitely interesting. And a lovely patina. This is quite a long target. And it's only registering 47. So I'm not expecting bronze or silver, or could even be a bit of iron. Maybe a big nail. Doesn't sound very good now. Yeah, what's that? That is a coin. Is it? That's a button. It is a button. Oh, I thought that was a coin for a minute. I thought it was going to be maybe a spendable, but it's a wee 4-holer. A wee 4-hole button. Well, that was a bit of a bizarre signal. It didn't sound like a button. It sounded like a pretty big target. So we've got edge, best ring edge, whatever that means. Yeah, looks like best ring edge. So Not particularly old, 50 years, probably no more. Okay, I've moved away from the bull site, or the bull find spot, and I'm coming up onto this raised terrace, which is where we found the fibula, the sort of Iron Age fibula. I've got a wee squeaky 7781, which sounds, well, not amazing, but could be big iron and it's just giving me a dodgy signal. But, well, that's now saying big iron, or iron. So, what's that? That's it there. That is it. So, that's the only downside of this site, is the upper part of it, this terrace area, which is probably where all the occupation was, is littered with iron, but no idea how old it could be. But still, it's a find. Loads of background chatter of iron in this field. This sounded like iron, and indeed it is iron. Big square nail. Who knows? Could it be 2,000 years old? Hard to tell. Finally, a signal that's not iron. It's only a 49, so it's well within the realms of tinfoil, but just nice to have a non-irony ferrousy target. Well, I hope. Well, there's something there, I think. Nope, that's a stone. Ah, what's that? Oh, it's not a spendable. It is. It's a coin. Well, it's not a spendable. Is it a spendable? It might be a halfpenny. No, it's not a halfpenny. 1959. That's a sixpence. It is a sixpence. Well, my first coin of the day. Let's give it a wee brush. I wasn't expecting a coin, that's for sure, but it's come through as a really low readout because it's made of cupra nickel. But originally this would have been called a silver sixpence. It would have been bright silver in colour, but by 1947 they debased our coinage completely from 50% to 0% silver. And that is Elizabeth II, the late Queen. On this side, give it a wee bendy thumb rub. We can see the words at the top, Fid Def, which is Defender of the Faith, and then the letters, sixpence, 1953. Okay, so I've come through to the back side of the site. There's this really steep defensive ditch on three sides, and there's lots of stone being picked from the field and thrown over the back. Got myself a little 76 right here and produced this. So it looks like copper alloy. It's got a hole in the middle. But is it ancient? I suspect not. Initially I was thinking maybe some sort of flattened object. I think it might be, it could actually be a lid off of a vaccinating bottle. You'd put the needle and the hose in there if you were vaccinating sheep or such like. But yeah, unfortunately, I think it's junk. Well, there's some big old hefty bits of stone in here. This one's been cut. It's got a big square edge on it. So it's quite a substantial bit, and there's quite a lot of big bits of old stone in here, almost like a building. So who knows? Well, so much for my defensive ditch theory. Absolutely clean as a whistle. The only thing I got was one solitary shotgun cap. So I'm back into the field again and back up on the big flat terrace. Let's see what else there is to be found. Again, all I've been hitting really is iron, but got an irony sounding target here. Well, a bit of mishmash, coming in anywhere between 30 and 80. And there's iron in the hole, which is reading O2, but we've got something with an 89, and I can see something that looks green and looks curved right there. Now that is something. What? I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely coppery bronzy with a hole in the end. It might be a bit of a padlock. Might it? I think so. Yeah, I think it is. Damn, I was hoping that that was going to be some sort of bracelet, but I think it is. I think that's a bit of an old padlock. Oh well. Another eyes only find. It's a little stopper. I thought it was maybe going to say something on it, but it's blank. So there's been a little pivot there to plug it into a bottle, little metal bit. Quite common on the old Grolsch bottles, if anyone can remember them. I think they still make Grolsch, a lager. Well, there is actually a letter there. JC, I think it says in the centre. Difficult to read, but yeah, some sort of bottle stop. A little squeaky 61, 62 mid-tone. Well within the realms of lead. Not particularly deep. Nothing really has been today, which is actually a really good thing, because there's nothing worse than having to dig loads of deep holes. Ah, lost it. Nope, there. That looks like something. Oh, no, it's a stone, John. What's that? That's another stone, so is that. You're probably all shouting at the screen because you can see it. I certainly can't. Ah! Where is it? It's not that. Oh my god, what is going on? Is it moving? It's a mole with a gold tooth again. What is going on? Right, is it in my hand? It is. Bloody hell. Right, it's there somewhere. What's that? That is round. That is definitely round. Surely going to be a button, is it? It is. We've got a 4-holer. Similar to the last one. Well, in terms of age, I think. Certainly isn't Iron Age, but I'm sure they had buttons back then. Right. Yep, probably going to be 50 years, maybe 100 at a push, but yep, it's a button. Now, you might see all these footprints. Lines, 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 lines. That's all Albert. I'm back on the bull site, and I'm going in an opposing direction to him. Got a really squeaky, very, very quiet 91. Cleared a little bit off the top. And it does sound a bit irony, if I'm honest. Could just be big, deep iron. The ground was relatively soft, but yeah, 91, but it is a bit irony sounding. So, has the 13-inch coil located something that the Garrett AT Pro International has missed? We're still going down. We're still going down. Right, last one, and then we'll see if we can find it with a pinpointer. Well, I don't know if it's... doesn't sound amazing. But I'm definitely in the right place. This is where it starts to get a little bit exciting. You do wonder. Right, I'm going to turn you off for a minute, get a few spadefuls out and see what happens. I've taken out another 3 spadefuls, and we're still down there. Right in the middle. Oh my God. Was that Martin? It's a goddamn Red Bull. Well, there you go. Well, after digging that monumental hole to find a Red Bull can, I think it's time for a little rest. Iron Brew, Scotland's other national drink, which for anyone wondering is a soft drink, or a soda as you would call it in America. Just a wee catch up with Albert. He's not had much at all. Lots of bits of lead, lots of bits of dross, unidentifiable. He's got this little bit here which is lead. Is it a huge bullet? Very stubby bullet if it is. Or is it a weight of some description? Not entirely sure, but you can let us know in the comments. And then he's also got himself a musket ball. So, looks like it's been fired. That's the wee bit where the sprue has been. It's been chopped off. And probably from the 1700s, but this one's a bit more interesting. Be interested to know what you think. A weight or a bullet? Or none of the above? Not every day, unfortunately, can be 2,200-year-old bronze bulls, but these are the 3 best finds that I managed to come up with. So just to give you a little bit of a close-up, people seem to be enjoying the light box. So, what is this? Is it a pipe tamper? Or is it a fragment of some ancient Iron Age tool? I have got no idea. I thought the other ones that we'd found before potentially were old Iron Age items, but the museum were pretty confident that they were pipe tampers. So they look very similar to this, so if they say they were pipe tampers, then I'm assuming this will be a pipe tamper as well. Find number 2 is this little ring. Well, it's not exactly a little ring, it's a big ring. It's a pretty substantial piece. It's got a lovely green patina. You might actually hear my dog eating in the background. I hope that doesn't detract from the video. Yeah, it's a pretty substantial circular ring. And I can't see anywhere that there would have been a little notch for a pin. So I don't know. Answers on a postcard with that one, but it's, as I say, it's a very substantial item, and it's got the same sort of green patina as the bull had, and as also as this little potential pipe tamper had. So it looks like it's been in the ground a while, that's for sure. Last but not least, my only coin, and it is a 6pence of Queen Elizabeth II. It's pretty worn, it's not in great condition. Originally these would have been called silver 6pences because they were silver a long time ago. By 1947 they then ceased to be silver, any content whatsoever. So it's Elizabeth II who died last year. It's a 6pence with a date 1953, and you can see the shamrock of Northern Ireland there. You can see the leek of Wales, the rose of England, and then lastly the thistle of Scotland. So the 4 national flowers of the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom, and the date of 1953. So there you go. That is as good as it got for me today. But as ever, if you recognise anything from the video or you've got any theories, then let me know in the comments below. So thank you for 20,000 subscribers, which is just unbelievable. And if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then hit the button. And hopefully we'll see you on the next video. So thanks for watching.